certain squads, certain players. So are they going to be sharp coming into this one? Will MongolZ carry on their momentum from yesterday? It's time to find out, but this one hopefully should be a banger best of 3. As the MongolZ take on Eternal Fire on our first map of Ancient, MongolZ will be the defensive defensive in 9-10, setting the pistol, already looking for that opening kill, but Major is making up some ground. He's going to take down the first player. Mizzino in the back lines, also fragged out, but a big captain, and MongolZ are forced back here.
And Major's made the entry pass successful to allow that bomb to go down security. Now Senzu out from Temple has got a teammate close by, and they don't know about Woxic just yet, but they deal with him anyway.
Nice flick from the man. 3-on-3 with Senzu's efforts now compounding into an attempted retake. Calix's P250 doesn't get away against that USP. It's done more damage, tipped the odds in the favour of the MongolZ side. Zentaris also overwhelmed by Senzu. He's on a tear with a triple. Now Major needs the full-blown ace. He's not going to get it. 4 kills for Senzu. Recovery in the pistol for the MongolZ.
And something that we didn't speak about at the start of our little segment, Jay, predictions. I want to hear from you. What do you think this series is going to end up like?
Well, at the start of the day, I was certainly backing Eternal Fire just because of the form that we've seen, but like that veto, man, like there's a lot of things going on in there that make me think, ooh, it's a bit more shaky territory now in my eyes.
I think for the MongolZ, especially with how they played against Amcal yesterday, being down 3-9 on Mirage, losing pistol, and yet still being able to come back to win it in regulation, to not push it to overtime, I'm actually going to back MongolZ potentially 2-0.
Ooh, okay. I respect it. I respect it a lot. I think no matter which way it goes, that these two teams have the capabilities to take it all 3 maps.
I do agree to that much. And I think just with the level of, I suppose, caliber of competition that they're regularly playing, both teams are going to have a very good go at winning this matchup.
Well, Eternal Fire are going to have a go at round 2.
It gets Zentaris on the hero AK.
Woxic, ooh, not even required of that one tap. Zentaris peak. Senzu falls. Techno can take back Arcadia, the young man of the Eternal Fire side. Woxic tries to make his rifle work, but he's overwhelmed by Techno, who pulls out the Julies. Another multi-frag sequence from a MongolZ player. A triple in for him. Blitz there to clean up the rest. Backups on the way. Major's out of the round. Now,
we kind of spoke about it a little bit in the pre-game, and obviously with the death segment, Ancient has always been the permaban for Eternal Fire. Now, because they've had a month off in the player break, and the idea that they've played, what, 22 maps on HLTV in the last 3 months, I actually think this is a very good avenue.
We want to see less of guts and more of game plan in my eyes. Still waiting for that ace up the sleeve of Eternal Fire. Still waiting for their overall approach.
I mean, MongolZ won't even know the positions that they'll be up against. It will only be the first few gun rounds where they'll say, okay, Major's doing this, Zentaris is doing that, Calix is going to be the anchor here. So it's a learning curve for MongolZ as well to find the familiarity, especially on the city side to start.
Well, should be seeing a 3-0 start for the MongolZ side. Eternal Fire upgrade pistols in this round. Will try to take heads with them, but you can't expect this one to go their way explicitly.
Yeah, maybe a kill or 2. Keep it slightly expensive.
Need to hit those headshots though, and 9-10. The next man up to task here. Zentaris and Calix making their move. They're slowly prodding around the corner to check for these individuals. The Julies in particular actually not even required. Techno comes back from the back of Temple, and Calix and Zentaris are cleaned up. Major also tagged. It should be falling soon enough as 9-10 looks for his piece of the pie. Unable to get the kill eventually. Techno now left all alone to hold on to his multi-frag. Again, an ace in for the man. And effective stuff to establish the confidence early for the MongolZ side. Now the rifles come out for Eternal Fire.
And the conversation that we had yesterday, is it better to be in the quarterfinals where you get to play the day earlier? Or is it better to be in the semis where you can use yesterday as a bit of a relaxed day? Get some of the practice in, not have as much emphasis on getting officials one after the other. Because this is what, day 6 of the tournament. The teams that sort of went 2 and 3 in the group stage, they've been playing every single day.
No rest for the wicked, as they say. Rest for the teams that did the best. Eternal Fire had to work for that semi-final spot as well. I mean, that match against 3D Matchery in the group stage was an absolute barn burner and an overtime long affair. Let's see a big overtime here in the playoffs, but not close on a couple of occasions. Eternal Fire needs to start getting closer to round wins. They've already lost Arcadia here.
Well, we casted the likes of MongolZ versus Aurora, which was the last game of the group stage on Ancient. And what we were noticing from Blitz in particular was a lot of aggressive maneuvers, challenging elbow, playing around that donut position. And he was farming. He was just getting so many impactful kills and giving chances of rounds to MongolZ. So watch out for him in this first half.
Blitz Spotting mid, but not seeing anything. With Eternal Fire is just playing an extremely careful kind of game. Finally, a flashbang's going to send Woxic in to take an engagement, but 910's there to protect Techno. Orb shot completely unaffected by the flashbang. Eternal Fire now down by 2 players.
A good setup, because immediately Woxic feels as if he's got a timing to start pressuring that ramp player at Techno. Doesn't realise that it's a bait and switch and the AWP is there for support. 30 seconds on the clock, no information, triple B. I'll be surprised if they could even focus on getting the bomb down. They should get dropped here.
Yeah, 910, another stellar shot. 2 to his name in this.
Now, considering that was a rifle round, that looked pretty soured. And they've given a lot of AKs forward to the Mongol side because of it.
They're going to try and bring further AKs out as well on Eternal Fire. Calyx did hold onto his rifle. Woxic is going to force invest alongside the half buy on the rest of the players. Eternal Fire looking pretty desperate to get a round out of this one. Okay, forward face of the smoke. Techno's on the other side of it. How far forward is he going to push? That's going to be the engagement from ramp by Calyx, as Senzu is going to drop. 910 has been tagged very low here. Techno's going to try and adjust back. Cave is cleared up. A flank could be inbound if they can act quick enough. But Techno's taking HP away. Arcadia finally strikes on Blitz, but Techno deals with him all the same. 3 versus 3 situation. He even turns that AK into Woxic. Badger runs out of ammo, and Zentaris is left to clutch.
Techno 4K has had an immense round. He is basically by himself, high and dry, out to default. He knows he's got to keep fighting, because he's going to get swarmed from Cave and Ramp. And I tell ya, to get 3 kills, that is a proper round.
12 deep in the early portion of this map up. Zentaris now pressure against him. Mac 10 versus the 2 rifles. 910's AWP could be easy enough to spam down. It's Mizzino that is the key concern. The bomb has been recovered. He's going in for the rifle and for the plant.
A tap at once, try and draw that fight. Zentaris has not seen him out towards short just yet.
910 slowly making his way up. Tag came through the wood wall. Zentaris pressured on 2 different sides of the site, but unable to get either of the kills. Peeked on Mizzino. Mizzino got it. And MongolZ take...
Both MongolZ and Eternal Fire, I mean, they're tier 1 teams. They participate in this land environment frequently.
Again, I respect the prediction there. Zentaris unable to get much respect from Techno, who continues pushing in alongside Senzu's trade on Woxic. Despite the response that Eternal Fire generated, it's a man advantage still for the MongolZ here. Eternal Fire unable to answer back.
And Blitz in mid is just siphoning off Calyx from aggressing mid itself, and it definitely feels that MongolZ's mindset coming into this CT side is constantly fighting ramp and lane, and it's making it uncomfortable for Eternal Fire to work map control into Cheetah, out to Shelf. How many times have we seen about the minute marker on the clock that they are always at a man disadvantage and they don't exactly have map control?
They're going to try and work into an open bomb site though. No one is defending A at the moment.
Which is still okay. I mean, Blitz can maintain the donut angle.
Arcadia is pulling a fake out towards the B bomb site. A couple of smokes coming in. The mid player has been drawn away towards red. He's considering the action that actually there might be an A play, and indeed the smoke coming down confirms it. The plant will be secured, so the retake is on, and Magic gets blitzed through the smoke. Even Senzu falls the same. That's an all-important sequence. A bit of luck on his side, but it gets Eternal Fire up under control.
And very much so. And now Eternal Fire just needs to be making sure that they close this round down. 9-10 and Mizzino to clutch.
Calyx backed up. Arcadia is the weakened element. Calyx just about spotted Mizzino. That spray goes all over the place, though. Utility in hand. Arcadia strikes on Mizzino. The incendiary is going to burn him. 910's going to turn it back against Maggia now. A 1v1 for the 3k in the clutch.
Aliens to come for Eternal Fire just because of how well Techno 4K is defending the B side. Need to get him quiet. Need to make sure that he gets uncomfortable. Mizzino and Blitz taking mid with absolutely no threat at all from Eternal Fire.
Changed up some of the setups. 910 now holding temple on A. The M4 and Blitz up the shelf, going to spam through that smoke, hope for his own blind kills. Instead, a couple of HGs come his way, and he's low HP this time. Eternal Fire up on the front foot.
Yeah, Blitz has just got to fall off here. With the low HP, he can't make much happen. Now, Mizzino's going to be quite cheeky and actually trade places with him. So they heard Blitz drop off. Do they recognise that Mizzino might be here, though?
Zentaris checking. Not spotting, though.
He's going to get a flash.
Straight in. Zentaris is caught by it, but Mizzino got caught by it himself, so not much can get found in that particular peak. Eternal Fire knows that he's still out there, and know that they got back up in the mid-presence, but can they strike against him? Time turned away. Backs returning towards Mizzino. Eventually, he will get traded by Centaurus.
Oh, timing on this way out towards ramp goes the way of Woxic. Now, Techno4K's in a bit of an off angle at the moment, and he's got some assistance from Blitz. The issue is 12 points of HP for the in-game leader. 30
seconds to the hit. Eternal Fire. In, Centaurus catches Techno in transition, and now Blitz has got to hold the entire defensive on his lonesome. He knows that he can't do it. He's going to back up and save his weapon alongside 910 on the A bomb site. Eternal Fire and string two together.
Well, it's intriguing because we've got to a state now, in especially this round, where MongolZ have been punished for the reads. They've been punished for the over-aggressions. Now, we saw Mizzino try and challenge out from shelf. Woxic was able to catch Senzu re-aggressing the bottom ramp area. So do MongolZ consistently try and press, or do they start thinking about playing more passively, playing deeper in the bomb sites? Eternal Fire will be very satisfied with that second round, and at least it can continue a bit of a round streak. It can give them an opening here to the T side.
Calyx focused on the hunt for the time being. 910 missing his shot, and Calyx now knows his teammates can start to swarm around the A bomb site itself. 910's going to get heavily pressured here. Probably might get taken down. USP against Calyx. Backup coming in. Ever so slowly, he's going to fall. The AWP. Should be 5-3 off the basis of what they got to play with. Deagle hand cannons in for the MongolZ side. You can sneak away some headshots and take some players out there. Eternal Fire might get caught off guard with. But the rifles sit with the T's, so walk out on A, should look confident. Mizzino can't get much out of Maja. HG's come in against the likes of Blitz, and Mercadia will deal with him all the same, so yeah, it's making it a very simple affair right now for Eternal Fire.
And MongolZ in the back of their mind are probably thinking that Eternal Fire is going to struggle in the second half. T-side, on a map you don't play, you can start sort of packing, grouping, overall defaulting, but on the city side, when you've got to be active, when you've got to work timing, that's when it's more uncomfortable. So I would say, in Mara's mind and Blitz's mind, if they get to 6 CT rounds, that's enough to close this first map of the series.
No major limitations of utility. Very well defined here by the MongolZ.
Yeah, not one of 910's best maps in the pool. Only averages a 1.12 rating on Ancient in the last 3 months. Seen a masterclass from him in the group stage and into the playoffs, but Xantares is the masterclass down from bottom mid. It almost felt like an easy adjustment to that second kill.
Just Xantares things though, innit? Advantage Eternal Fire to his efforts. Imagine out setting up for another walkout. Bomb's on his back, but shouldn't be too threatened here. Even if it's a 1-for-1 trade, they can grab that bomb and commit it. It's only 910 on defense. The AWP going to isolate each of these individual fights, and indeed, Magi's going to go falling. Re-peek on Woxic. Woxic's going to put utility down. Flash is coming in against the man. He still lands a collateral. It was only a tag for the second player, but Woxic has fallen. Advantage back for the MongolZ, and Techno sneaks forward. Xantares is now seen. He's got to try and close out the round that he started with, and Techno lets him walk no further. 6 to the ball of the MongolZ.
There, and I can't imagine Xantares will be happy.
Stunning 2 kills in mid, gone to waste. No one should be happy with those.
And you've got to be honest, best of 3 in the playoffs, you can't afford to make mistakes like that.
The MongolZ proficient. Well placed here on Ancient. Blitz well placed against Xantares. Keystar removed. Advantage again for the MongolZ side. Techno's going to try to see if he can extend it as well. AWPs and AKs round the corners. Woxic going to try to flash his teammates in. Techno is going to get caught blinded, trying to evade that Molotov fire. Wakadia is caught by Blitz instead, who comes in from Cheetah and through the smoke. Senzu can also strike MongolZ, picking apart Eternal Fire in this round like they did in the early game. Calyx, desperate to recover, only gets away with 1.
Eternal Fire just got trapped. I mean, Wakadia can't do anything. He's stuck in bucket. Maja's behind him. Even Woxic is also behind the doors. So if you're fighting from bottom ramp and the top side of lane, what can Wakadia do? Not a lot.
Maja in a 1 versus 3.
And just nowhere near a bomb site, which means that there's going to be no cash injection. Blitz should catch him.
Just spotted. Now they know he's on his way to A. Defensive line will hold up. They'll try cut rotation to mid if required. Backstab's closing in. Maja's got no avenue of escape. He has to fight. They're going to run right into his man. Blitz raid.
The ban is always Mirage. They let it go through once. They got owned. And then they never banned it. Like, they always banned it again. And I wonder if this is going to be a similar situation for Eternal Fire. Will we just see in the next tournament, Ancient's going to be back to their permaban?
It would have to be in the next tournament. There's no second lifelines here in the playoffs. Getting schooled here. Have to rely on an Ents-like comeback on a CT side at this particular juncture, because 9-3 is a very plausible scoreline at the turn. Techno is going to try and make it so. 2 kills to him before Xantares can overwhelm the MAC-10. Now wary of another player on the centre of the bomb site. Blitz drawing attention back towards short. It's smoked off though. Senzu undetected as of yet. Can't make their way fully forward. Wakadi actually flanking here. He could be in with a big old backstab play. Indeed, Blitz is caught off guard. Adjustments towards the next man. Senju spotted by the Tech 9. McMadger just struggles to come together with the kill, but he does do so in the end. And Wakadi's AK turns up almost 2 more on the lineup past the smoke. 9-10 in a 1 versus 2 with the AWP. Not ideal for this retake. Oh, does he go for the save here?
If he gets out towards Shelf and into Cheetah and gets a pick quickly, then he can go for it. But if not, he's got to hold on. Just the spacing. I mean, that timing for Wakadia was just excellent.
Difference-making stuff. 9-10 taking his sweet time with this.
Hang on.
Using the pistol to approach. Smoke at the ready. He's going to go for the ninja. No, he's poking off ramp. Straight in. Oh, no taps.
A couple of rounds. The 2K that Madger was able to get through the smoke, and that one there, just a lighter investment Tech 9 buy round that actually comes in as a victory.
One more round for Eternal Fire to make it as close to half as possible. 7-5 is their ideal scoreline, but favourable to the MongolZ camp. Xantares almost caught off guard by Blitz's peek up. Wakadia is there in support. 1 man to fall, 1 more man there. 1 rifle on Techno. That could become a concern if he tries sneaking forward. He's going to opt against it for the time being, as Techno is going to get overwhelmed. Calyx to take his fall. Senzu backed up in the long corner and dealt with by Wakadia all the same on his peak alongside his teammate. Nicely done. MongolZ lead the scenario by 2 rounds, 7-5. 7 is the key number to focus on here. Dweg, earlier on in the first half, you said a good 6-round ZT side might just be enough for the Mongolian team.
Not might, will be enough. MongolZ are in a position where they can start to really stretch ahead. Eternal Fire fundamentally looked shaky in that first half, and I'm not encouraged coming into the second.
Pistol round to decide Eternal Fire's fate. Can they usurp? Can they resurge? Can they get into the second half of Ancient? Is this where the game plan comes together? Calyx, he's got a game plan of his own to strike when the iron is hot. 2 kills to him. Madger and Xantares also with support. And they snuck incognito. MongolZ ran right past the main man. Eternal Fire will take what looks to be a perfect pistol.
Well, Calyx had a lot of patience and the trigger discipline there from the backside. He knows that if his teammates can sell enough distraction that he's going to be there to basically define the entire round. And a very happy birthday to Calyx yesterday, turning 26. This could be the birth yesterday, already 17, probably going to break that 20 marker at a bare minimum.
Let's see if those extra 3 picks required out of him are going to be able to impact the MongolZ round, whether they can get back control over Eternal Fire. They've got their first rifle round of the half, and the Turks, M4s have already suffered casualties. Xantares is at least good to trade Senzu. Acadia's casualty does not go unanswered. Calyx, however, may have to come up with several answers of his own. Right, another 3k available to him, only gets 1, and 9-10 will just about barely trade him back. 3-on-3, he swings into Xantares, who gets killed off by the Molotov. Madger makes his way onto the bomb site. Risky plays, he just about escapes with Blitz. Bazino trades it, and now Woxic on rotate is in the 1v1 retake.
That's a lack of information against Woxic. Out towards Shelf and into Cheetah. Mazzino with the reposition.
Good reads as well. Does Woxic go in? Yes, he does. 1 fight to take it. M4 leads around the corner, and Mazzino
uncomfortable in this sort of head-to-head in such an important game.
We got close to winning a title at the tail end of last year at Challenger Winter. Jönköping. Their last actual international land trophy, though, was all the way back in February of last year. So
was that the CTT one in Malta, right? Yes, I remember that one. That was actually funny enough when Emor was still on the lineup.
Different roster. We've been praising Eternal Fire for how much progress they've made. A trophy in the cabinet would certainly solidify that assessment.
I think they deserve it with how well they've been playing, but you are right, it is a lack of trophies.
Can they turn it into something far more special, though? Got to get the victory here against MongolZ in order to get a crack at lifting up the trophy, and at the moment, it's MongolZ that lead, and may well look to control even further over the lead. Xantares is tagged, as is calyx in this early round. No casualties taken in the first minute, but those trades could come in thick and fast.
Well, I'm concerned about how much space and respect MongolZ are getting right now. Blitz is pressurizing Donut. He's seen the jumps face towards Woxic in Red Room. MongolZ are basically getting cave for free.
Major starting to look, seeing utility come down. He's going to try and advance a little bit further forward as calyx. Oh, caught by the jumping Mach 10 of Techno 4K. 9-10 following up on Major. B-site has fallen so proficiently. At least Woxic could get one back through the smoke, but Blitz strikes from Reds, and Taras has picked up Arcadia looking for a trade, and indeed he gets it. It looks like they want to try this retake.
And 9-10 and Techno are quite close behind that smoke. It's about wasting the time off of the clock now.
Smoke clears, Techno unknown. 9-10 pops out, but Woxic is a little bit too late to the marker. Arcadia moving in. The young blood, the newer man. Orp in for Woxic. Let's see whether he can start to pad his numbers out and find some more impact. Needs someone on Eternal Fire to have the impact that will claw them out of this deficit. Slow to the uptake, and they are trying a bit more activity, particularly in the mid stance. The blind sprays of Xantares past the smoke over at elbow, won't catch anybody yet. Madra just going to suppress over at the alley position. Over at main, you've got Woxic's Orp looking down range. No one's going to offer him the duel just yet. MongolZ a little bit staggered here.
Very cheeky. They tried to go for the double HEs early from MongolZ's perspective towards the top of long, just to deal with that AWP. So they've got in their mind that Woxic's going to be invested into that big green in round 19. Blitz tries to at least retake mid, but as soon as that smoke comes down for Xantares, they have to cancel for the moment. A minute on the clock, and already Eternal Fire are backing off quite passively.
3 players on the bomb site. Split for 1 mid, 1 temple. It looks like maybe Eternal Fire might have made the right call. Bomb's yet to commit, but the majority of presence is out here. It depends on how Blitz plays his red presence.
He did this last gun round, didn't he?
All shadow seen, Senzu revealed to calyx without even knowing about it. He's going to swing around a corner, catch 9-10, he's dropped the bomb, sees that second, unaware of the third man. calyx still turns back on Senzu, and MongolZ have bottled the position, only left towards Techno to grab that bomb and commit it into a bomb site. His Molotov will try and sell a rotation as Blitz gets caught in mid. Mizzino might have the A site, but low HP on that one fight, leaves Arcadia with a decent trade and backup on the way. Arcadia goes on his way out of the rounds.
Yeah, this is very workable, but they need to get into good post-plant situations because Major is quick on the position into Temple already.
Techno hidden behind the boxes. calyx and Woxic making their move up. Major's going to catch him as he sneaks his way forward. Mizzino, an ace clutch on 20 points of health. This will be something truly special if he can claim it. Eternal Fire are going hunting. He takes one with him. Free by.
I think already that was a very good adaptation from Major on how they want to play on the CT side. Getting calyx involved with a bit more of an aggressive maneuver. They needed movement, and that is what rewarded them with the kills that basically set up the rounds.
Mizzino trying to do God's work in that clutch. And the Orp back on 9-10. Woxic to try and match him on the Eternal Fire side. As MongolZ play their way into lane as is standard. calyx is going to try and be the man to receive it. Early utility to suppress has always been the case for Eternal Fire on their defaults. Techno going to make a move up towards ramp. Major's going to get caught for it, and no one's left centralized to the bomb side. You've got calyx that can make his way in from cave, revealed on his blind sprays. Senzu is low, Blitz is tagged, Techno is going for a fight, and if calyx can't win this, playing double duty and everything, then this should end up sending Eternal Fire packing. calyx waiting for a chance to strike, waiting for the smoke to fade. It will finally fade, and Techno adjusts perfectly. That's round done.
Yeah, they should be instant saving instantly. The only reason they're actually attempting that round is because calyx is trapped. When you're a cave player and B's been compromised, you can't go anywhere. You go out towards Trinity, you get caught in lane. You go out to the site, you deal with the players there directly. So that whole circumstance is Eternal Fire have just won a decent round, a tactical's been made, and Techno 4K has just got not only an opening kill to open up B, but that second quick reaction towards calyx.
just exits at best now for Eternal Fire as MongolZ will make their way up to map point. And even then, rifles are dropping from the Eternal Fire side. Wacadia picked up, leaving only 2 guns to hold into the next round. Money's not exactly great for Eternal Fire either. MongolZ, Toxic and Zentaris are the 2 guys that have to do the majority of the work here. The MongolZ happy to play their standardized game. It's worked so far, it can work to the end.
And Maja feels as if he needs to make an aggressive play now. He probably need at least a flash, you would say, but look at the util state. There actually isn't any, so it's going to be very dry on a lot of these aggressive maneuvers to start off. You've got a bit of an A fake at the moment, but Woxic already wins out that first duel towards one of the A players.
9-10's dropped. First good start for the AWP. Where else can it go? What else can they do? Eternal Fire finding bits of information for the MongolZ side. Techno and Blitz start to work their way in mid, and they'll be responded to by Woxic. He's got his angle posted at Donut.
They start grouping. Eternal Fire with a 3 on B look as if they want to get slightly active. They want to make an info play towards ramp off of this.
And they're going to take a fight for it. Senzu's going to win it out against Wacadia. That's an SMG down, a second one to face, and the 1v1's getting taken by Eternal Fire. Almost lost all 3. Maja comes up with 1 decent pick. Techno, so much damage done, but Maja doesn't get away with the kill. Woxic and Zentaris need to bail out Eternal Fire from here. It's a 2v3 retake for the game.
And Techno 4K could swing on the contact to Mazzino. They've got a flash to at least clear out ramp as 2.
Zentaris moving in, fought upon by Mazzino, and that should be all she wrote. Woxic with 1 frag, out of 3 required in this clutch. 2 more, seems like an impossibility. Isolate the first player, the second man's going to peek for it. Mazzino, oh, shot missed out. Woxic tries to escape, and Blitz indeed swings for the punish. 13-8, the MongolZ. Well show up as a bit of a momentum opportunity for the MongolZ. However, game plan's non-existent on Ancient. In a pick of Eternal Fire, you expect them to have an approach that would work for them, but can the MongolZ outplay it? Pistol round already live with Calix drawing out first blood. 9-10 has fallen first. You got Blitz trying to combine alongside Mazzino to pick apart the rest of the Eternal Fire players. They are just getting absolutely rotate. 9 scout Eternal Fire. Still searching for that game plan at this moment. And find a counter steal in the second round, and that of course would negate all that pistol potential that MongolZ have just gained. They've got the M4s, they've got the SMGs. Of course, the far better buy as you would expect.
I saw MongolZ just last month take Falcons all the way to 24 rounds on Dust 2 and even get a 13-2 victory against the Gaming Gladiators, which is the ecstatic roster that was done very well at the Major.
Now they've got to beat Eternal Fire. Good shot from Calix, but it's returned just as easily by Techno. That M4 getting a dink off on the man. Start off. Still favours MongolZ in the end. The Senzu will find Wacadia the opening pick out towards the B-bomb site. Double up in the end as Techno is overwhelmed by Woxic. That damage compounding. The scout will close him down. Woxic and Maja 2 versus 4. Bombs in the open. We'll take down 1 player with him, so at least they can try and make it expensive, but that second...
9-3 half. So, looking at the T basis, I think if you can get somewhere around the 6-6 as sort of a bit of a par, a bit of an expectation, that's where we can see more. But for Eternal Fire, I just want to see competitiveness, because there was a lack of it on map number 1.
The AKs will provide the first opportunity to do so. Zentaris peeking ahead of that smoke, not quite spotting Mazzino, although Mazzino gives his position up at the end of the corner. Flashed off position, but a smoke comes into the T side, actually protecting Zentaris, and Mazzino will get the kill through the smoke anyway.
Zentaris, the aggressive rifler, is 0 and 4 right now. Mazzino looking for 2, and he'll get it against Calix. Probably should have got traded there with the jump up on the box towards Shaw.
The inaccuracy stabled up just in time, though. Calix, by all accounts, should have timed that peak well enough, but still went down. 5-on-3 situation.
And is this where we start to say that playing in the quarterfinals rather than straight to the semis was a blessing in disguise?
Momentum fitting with the Mongolian camp. Eternal Fire running into the riot that is the CT side. That is not letting them breathe, let alone find frags or find impact right now in these rounds here. The rifles being picked apart piece by piece. They've got themselves a little bit of map control, but Mazzino is just shutting down the frags. Wakalia next to drop. Triple in for the defender. Maja needs to try hold some presence of a clutch, and indeed he does find his contact.
Imagine needs more though, because they can't even think about focusing on the bomb plant. CT's coming through from spawn quickly, and now it's a 2v2. This is very workable.
Yeah, Woxic's all pit catching 9-10. Maja has the bomb on his back, but he's such low HP, and they've still got presence to try and deny this plant. He's going to try and sneak in for the kill itself. And Techno, just caught by Woxic. Maja now has to make his way up. The AK on short.
No way. Absolutely no avenue to win that round, and instead they get themselves a first, which starts targeting the economy. Double orbs now for MongolZ investors.
Straight in with Zentaris, kill onto Mazzino. He's kicked it off well. The Molotovs and the utility of the CT side will compound against Wakadia. Blitz is low HP. Faced upon a 9-10. Still catches the pick on Calix. So once again, eternalfire picking up the pace. And MongolZ come out with the man advantage.
Senzu very aggressive with that AWP. Not an easy pick to scale around that smoke with the flashes. Now they can put Woxic in the pit position, and then that's when Maja and Zantares can start working up long, and he can just protect them on the bomb site directly.
Trying to think about the walk here. Rotations will be difficult because Blitz is covering off mid. He'll get the information even if he does go down towards that mid play. eternalfire actually might just get bracketed in by this 5-7, so the entire defensive force will sit on this A bomb site.
And 9-10's got players around him. The double orbs getting involved, and Techno4K is actually holding a bit of an off angle in which he's waiting for first contact at bottom ramp.
Flash turned from Techno, peeks into Woxic. 3-on-3 grabbed by the AWP. He bailed them out in the last round. Can he do the same here? Senzu, he's set with his orb. 9-10 with one of his own. The double orb setups on the defensive line. Zentaris taken. Woxic takes Senzu back, and 9-10's been pushed away. Blitz might have to act, but both players are low HP. And in fact, Woxic gets Blitz as he turns back around towards Longhouse. 9-10's out of there. He's saving his gun.
They've done it again. This is 2 rounds in a row now.
They've got the eco round in this one. eternalfire very fast out of the B rush. Techno can't really do much with his USP. Not many people can here on the CT side. Only the AWP of now Techno can do any damage at all. And given that he's not really an AWPer, he's not going to be able to find anything more out of this exit. 9-10 and Techno falling. Mazzino has at least held the big green into the next round. Assuming a hunt doesn't come through from eternalfire, of course, which it will from Zentaris. Getting damage on one. Blitz, low HP. Mazzino going to get Molotoved into the open. In case of whether they can hunt this rifle out of the CT side. Struggling to hold his nerve. Eventually he'll fall.
And MongolZ just want to try and protect as much as possible. There's a little bit of extra damage coming in, and I tell you, that's actually a pretty decent eco. They won't get away with the AWP, but they're 3, and we're getting a bit of a round streak for eternalfire. Another gun round to come through for the MongolZ without that AWP investment from 9-10 because the money's just not there. Let's see who's going to take the lead after round number 7.
Calix.
Just try to show the bomb. Now that's very cheeky because on the radar, if Senzu sees that bomb, they might start pummeling util to the upper tunnels, thinking it might be a full-on rush.
Didn't get much out of it though, just that smoke come down. Calix took damage to the blind sprays of the Mongolian team.
eternalfire just need to start getting some comfortability in the trading and overall timing. I thought out there on Ancient, they gave a lot of respect to the MongolZ, didn't really fight for territory at all. On T-side, they've got a lot of players outside of Longs, and Tara is setting up some mid-nades, and that's when he can be a bit more solo and start working these individual aggressive maneuvers.
Good pickup from 9-10. Zentaris has dropped once again, desperate to find these entries, but only 3 picks deep so far in this game. 9-10 got distracted by the likes of Calix. Wakadia is going to get traded back by Blitz at the end, and Calix will be able to step up and try and take back the man advantage, but he's such low HP. Maja moving in from short. Woxic trying to provide that bomb towards Calix. The CT wraparounds are coming in from Techno and Senzu.
Now Blitz just caught on the reload. Calix knows that's an easy kill. Now Senzu is anticipating the short player, but hasn't spotted him just yet.
Bombs on site, looks to get planted. No denial here from the MongolZ, but Senzu just pressing, catches Woxic completely off guard. Now Calix has pressured 8 points of health to win these fights. The HG is going to take him, and I don't think the bomb's gone down for Maja either. On short, takes that headshot. Where's the last man? Thinks he might be somewhere close towards the bomb. I think he might have just spotted him right there. Indeed he has. Maja forced into the open to fight, and Senzu.
And they need to somehow get him involved in more action.
Either that or find someone who's going to pick up the slacks.
Yes. I'd actually say that Calyx was the best player out there on Ancient, which, as an anchor and a supportive piece, is not a good look for Eternal Fire.
Woxic currently the best player for Eternal Fire on Dust 2.
Oh, without a doubt. His AWP has been cracker.
9 kills, top of the board of the entire server for that matter. MongolZ still hold the leads. And Taurus, there's a bit more like it. Mazzino caught as the first casualty. The AK into the lower tunnels picks up the first.
Now, MongolZ need to find a response somewhere. Now, Blitz, we saw on that Dust 2 game versus Amcal, playing the short angle, dropping CT, constantly picking up more of those HEs. A mid to B split potential for Eternal Fire. You've got a bit of an off angle from Senzu outside of the sides.
AWP on 910, set and ready. Good shot. Calyx has been dropped. Mokadia tries to give chase. 910's right around that corner though, and he gets a stunning flick as well. Zentaris trades back a secondary pick for his own name. The AWP of Woxic holds back in the tunnels to keep Senzu at bay. He'll fall back, and backstabs are also closing in. I think he saw Maja though, and Maja's caught napping again. Advantage for the MongolZ on the retake.
That's a beautiful check for Senzu, because there's not an easy fight on low HP. Now into the upper tunnels for Blitz. They've got to try and see if they can work together.
Woxic's got to be wary about this as well. He's checking. Senzu catches him instead. And now Zentaris with a 1 versus 3. He's caught that first kill. They're going to peek together. Blitz was just barely seen. Senzu looking to act out. The headshot not secure.
People felt in CS2 we were getting a lack of double AWPing. Economy, the risk, but Dust 2, both teams really enjoy running double AWPs.
Woxic only single AWP for T side, understandable. Did land that leg shot on Techno, so that's a slightly positive start again for the Eternal Fire land. They need the opening to pick. Monkadia's going to try and go for it on long this time. Still only 1 frag found for him. Holds himself behind the corner, not going to opt to go all the way around the long face.
And Mokadia is actually normally the most consistent piece for Eternal Fire. And this is a quiet game for him, an unlikely one at that. MongolZ have got an aggressive short setup with Blitz watching long deep from CT, so Eternal Fire can take long for free in this setup.
Especially in a game where Zentaris hasn't always been on with the impactful moments, that consistency is something that you would really rely on for Mokadia to, you know, as I mentioned before, pick up the slack, not necessarily in the star role, but just to at least trade or do something in that respect. Hasn't happened. Trying to lead the charge, 9-10. Good flash placement's going to blind off the long presence, not the players over at ramp. The second one will catch one of them, not the second. Smokes to cross, Molotovs to clear out backline, and 9-10 is just so lightning fast. I'm not even surprised anymore. Zentaris is down.
Oh, I am. That's a cracking shot. That's really well done from 9-10. Now, there is a late lurk from Calyx in from mid. The issue is Eternal Fire are just up against so much counter utility that they can't get the bomb down yet.
So many players tagged in the server as well. Woxic and Mokadia down to 50 and 29, and Techno and 9-10 are the two concerning ones. Those could be some very easy trades. And Woxic will now join the tagged up list.
Here's another.
41 points of health. Oh, that nade from Blitz has caught both players center of the bomb site. Eternal Fire down to a 2 versus 5. They've fought themselves out of this position before, but not with these circumstances. The backstab coming in from short though. Calyx could make the play of the moment. He can't get the second kill though. The AWP of Woxic is all that's left. He's expecting players to come in from cross. They're up to the bomb site though. Senzu's picked up. 9-10 playing Overwatch, but Woxic's hit another. The pistol's pulled. The defuse is held. 9-10. He's going to win this on the timer alone. And oh, Woxic's just far too late. Tried to charge up. A stellar sequence, but it just wasn't enough.
It's a great effort. Woxic to dropping heavy HEs in spawn and using it for retakes. Blitz has done that all group stage so far, and moving into the playoffs is constantly those HE stacks towards A.
You just got to feel so bad for Woxic. Completely turned his game around from map 1. Most impactful player right now for Eternal Fire, and they're just not converting off of it.
And what did I say? Late round situations. That's where Eternal Fire is struggling.
Mokadia already dropped to the hands of the MongolZ. Calyx trying to make an early entry happen out towards shore. Mazzino holds his nerve. Techno from the range will take Maja. Bursts through on the next man. Zentaris can at least respond towards it. Mazzino now just backed up towards the CT spawn. Senzu's AWP reveal. Plant can be secure, but it's another 2vx for Eternal Fire.
And they've planted for long, but Woxic isn't long. This is one of the first times that this has actually happened.
Going to try and lean into that cross position though. Senzu just barely out of vision, and 9-10 completely is. AWP catching. Senzu goes down. Secondary pick for Mazzino, and the AWP coming in from long. Once again, 9-10 in another clutch. Zentaris this time on short, and the bomb not planted for him again. Incendiary, try to block off. Diffuse, can get held. Will Xantares push? He hasn't got the HP to do so. 9-10 just won the round again. It looks like no, Xantares has found a gap!
Oh, he's
no! It's ahead too late!
3-8-3, Eternal Fire. They keep getting buys. The loss bonus is there. The cash injection is also there. But where's the rounds, Jay? They've disappeared.
5 to the good, and the MongolZ lead. Eternal Fire running out of chances, and again an opening frag against Xantares has put him down. Calyx, another responsive. The early portions of these rounds are working the exact same way for Eternal Fire, but they're not coming out on top. Senzu finding Maja. Woxic gets one back, but it's still another 2 versus 3 for EF, and the bomb is now going to get seen by the MongolZ side. Woxic's desperate to find a responsive, but that leg shot will not take Senzu down. Senzu's M4 now leaves Wacadia in a 1 versus 3. The MongolZ 9-3 at the turn of Dust 2. The MongolZ lead by a margin and a half. Eternal Fire, things aren't looking good, mate.
No, they're not at all. And for Eternal Fire, a pistol round's going to be survival. But MongolZ are just looking so strong in this best of 3. And perhaps it comes back to that conversation. This is Eternal Fire's first LAN best of 3 in the last 3 months. The lack of game time, the lack of events, it is all coming to fold as they really are not holding weight against MongolZ today.
Yeah, the elevated expectations since their major top 8.
And the fact that their last tournament they won.
Would have hoped that would have compounded into a very significant position instead. Eternal Fire fighting for survival on Dust 2. Calyx and Xantares, however, showing a lot more life in the pistol. 9-10, however, stellar as ever, takes a trade back. He won't.
In the group stage and the playoffs, we've seen second rounds be very light, not opting to go for the force spell on T side, but yet back-to-back, we've seen it here on Dust 2.
Should enable that 6-9 Eternal Fire. Gun set versus the 4x force back of MongolZ. Certainly the better investment for the CT forces. As MongolZ try and get back into the game much earlier in this half. Slow to the uptake.
And 9-10 is just walking for that first contact to try and allow the scout to get the body shot for then the Deagles to try and trade. Xantares with the info play catches the perfect timing in which he can get the first and back off to safety.
Bomb dropped and all, so aware of its mid-presence now, they can realise the action was to try and rotate through the box. Senzu is going to take Woxic down, though. Plant will be secured. Xantares can hear it, but he can't deny it. He's going to wait for his teammates to rotate back in and go for the retake.
And not a lot of space here for the MongolZ. They've been able to take short, but they need to fight against both CT and for long.
Prime opportunity there for Xantares to get the kill, but in the end he doesn't. 9-10 hits a decent shot. Techno turns up his Tech 9 against one player. Xantares will drop to a tap as well. And now the MongolZ are on the verge of stealing this one. Eternal Fire on the brink of demise. As they face further, look at the Deagle down towards CT. Maja is going to catch Senzu as Bazzino starts giving chase towards Wacadia. He's the last man left. A single pick in this game. He won't improve upon that margin. And the MongolZ just continue to make the situation worse and worse.
In the Tier 1 atmosphere, where is the game that we had expectations for?
It's non-existent at this juncture. The MongolZ look to steamroll their way onto the 13-4 and try and close this game and this series in simple enough fashion. At least Wacadia can take one back through the smoke, but already his teammates are lost to him, and Woxic will lose Wacadia the same. 1-on-4 for a Deagle clutch, never going to happen.
They've come here into the playoffs and they've looked like a completely different team.
Wonderful stuff from the Mongolian camp. Eternal Fire. Expectations set so high since Copenhagen. Maja, good shot for Senzu, but it's not going to go any further. And with that, the A site's cleaned up. The expectations set so high in Copenhagen, but the lands they've attended, the Compass event to end the last season, the last event of the season for Eternal Fire for them, and it just didn't quite come up to fruition. Expected more things out of them there, expected significant things out of them for this one. One of our tournament front runners, and it's, you know, it's going out to the MongolZ, yes, but They hold their nerve. Apparently they might be able to do so in this round. The retake is coming up real quick. Blitz's flank is now all that's left. A 1 versus 2. Woxic, I think he heard those footsteps though. Scout turned towards short. Wakalia making his way up towards the bomb site. They'll tap that bomb once. Molotov going to come through. No kits on them either, so they're going to have to get off of this. Look at Woxic's going to burn. Doesn't know exactly where to go. Trying to pick up that smoke and put it down. He just do so in the end. Blitz frags against Wakalia, but he's got so much time to face his way around the corner. Woxic about to get caught, and there it is.
Kind of result that we're getting in a playoff game.
And they're really giving it a good go. But the finishing element, the final touches, the killing blow, if you will, just not applied. Even Woxic taken down off the start that the Scout of Calyx had gained. And Messina following up on an aggressive play from Madja here in this round. As soon as Eternal Fire gets something, MongolZ snatch it out of their hands like they'll snatch this game and they'll snatch that grand final spot as well. A 2 versus 4 for Calyx and Wakalia to become heroes of Turkey. And it feels to me that is a task too tall for any 2 men, let alone these 2. Wakalia will take Senzu back, at least isolate one of these frags. But there's Techno jumping AK and everything. Calyx, stellar shots on this Scout, stellar stuff in this round. But a 1 versus 2 again to hold Eternal Fire.
And let's see if the birthday boy can work some magic. This 1v2 though is going to be extremely difficult.
Or set and ready, Blitz don't miss, and it is 13-4, 2-0 for the MongolZ, stomping